Well, I guess you got me drinking coffee again. 7 o'clock. Is what it is, right? How about that? What's a loud t-shirt, isn't it? Got several of these, different colors. Good friends there in Waco, Texas. If you're ever downtown Waco or shopping around that old Magnolia Market, most of y'all don't even know what that is. Just kidding. Now, Jake's Texas Tea House, it's not a tea sipping room by any means. They've got some authentic homemade food and desserts. I helped them out for a little while and trade for doing a little radio show out of it for a while, and just some good folks down there and good food. So that's what that shirt's about when you see it. Just that was free. How are y'all doing tonight? So didn't get much done outside today. Still down on the Tahoe. Got to get that alternator and get it fixed. But man, I tackled probably one of the biggest projects of a move. Hey Kim, I'd rather cut down a tree with a handsaw, or heck, I'd fight a den of snakes with a toothpick before I'd rather do this one. And I know all of you that have moved know what I'm talking about. So you get all the boxes in, most of them are easy. You got linens, you got clothes, you got dishes and knickknacks and all that. And then the box you kept putting aside, the junk box. You know that box where as you're moving, it was the last drawer you packed, you just dump it in. It's got old buttons from clothes that you wore 30 years ago or 15 years ago and thought you'd have to have. Yeah, I went through those boxes today. It's funny how over time you accumulate so much just junk. You're going to use it, you think you're going to use it, can't do without it, but when you need it, can't find it. And I'm a #1 guy for repurposing things and finding a better use or hanging on to something. Believe me, I hang on to everything. But today, those buttons had to go. Those pants had probably been gone. So I braved the storm and hit the junk boxes today. So I'm getting closer. I got about 50% of them done. And of course you hit air brakes when you start coming across old pictures and things of that nature. But I plowed through it, starting to get the house part of it inside done. But whew, that's stout. I know y'all know what I'm talking about with those junk boxes. I know you do. Have to. Hey Marcy, how are you? Amarillo to Huntsville. Anyway, still got these old burn piles kicking it. I got a bunch of blackberries yesterday, not dewberries, but blackberries, because the dewberries have be due gone. But I got to go look at the blackberries again tomorrow. Found an old road that I remember. Told Jordan about it right at dark. Of course, I was already worn out from walking. He wanted to go walk it, but we'll probably do that here in a minute. My daughter sent me a little crafty deal. I had seen it before, but I went ahead and activated it this time. It was for chickens. Oh man, love her to death. I know she meant well, but these craft things. So you take canned corn, and I had some that was expired, so it worked out. Put it in muffin tins, a little water, and you freeze it so the little chickens have a treat on a hot day. They wasn't having it. First of all, try getting that out of a muffin pan. It ain't like an ice thing where you just crack it open and it pulls out. So butchered that, got it out in little chunks and gave it to the chickens, and they didn't like it. It had to thaw out a little bit before they understood what. Now they ate it. I don't know how much of a corn popsicle it was by the time it melted in that dirt. Well, good, Marcy. Good to have you on here. Anyway, just some random fun thoughts today. As another sun setting here in East Texas. Didn't rain today, but I did got a couple of plants done. In that old junk drawer, I found some old seeds. They're probably 15 years old, and I don't know, we'll see. Why not? Didn't have any potting soil, but I found dirt better than that. I don't know you can beat 100-year-old topsoil decay with chunks of a tree in it. Yeah. Worms coming out everywhere. It's good stuff, so we'll see what happens there. But I'm gonna go grab Jordan and go up that old road and let him take a look at it, I think, and call it a night and get back to the rest of the junk boxes. Gotta get rid of the junk. You gotta let it go. I'm letting a lot of mine go, more ways than one. So that's a good thing. Hey, y'all have a good week. Tomorrow is peak of the week, as my sister likes to call it. And I was even watering the dirt under this old magnolia tree. So I got a theory. So Mama always kept the leaves raked up, and I've been following suit. And I never remember grass under this thing. I know it's shade. I know everybody's gonna argue and say it's too acidic, whatever. But the flip side of that, back in the day, the old timers didn't have grass. And those that are from the country remember their great grandparents usually. They had yards that had nothing but dirt, and it was so hard packed you could sweep it back in the day. So they didn't fool with grass. They didn't have time to be cutting the yard. They was too busy getting crops in. But I know that there's grass and grass seeds under this dirt, and it'll do fine if I keep it watered. So I'm gonna see if we can't get some grass growing under this magnolia tree by design. Why not? Throw a little water on it and see what happens. This thing's loaded with magnolia blooms. I even got a little artsy today. Imagine that. Found an old black pitcher and boxes everywhere. There, didn't I do good? Oh, got a little, well, little frou-frou. Hey, Joseph, how are you, buddy? Anyway, good times, just kind of settling in, and made me a big old pot of coffee, go watch this sunset, and try to avoid hitting the junk boxes again. But they're waiting. They're not gonna let me go anywhere. What kind of plants? Let me see what I still got I think I got it in my back pocket. Did I? Oh, there it is. Hang on. It's not necessarily for a potted plant, but here. That. So, oh, it does smell good, Debbie. And I put it in I know it's for a flower bib, and I'm giving it a shot. So, what in the world? Got Mariachi band on an ice cream truck. Okay. Takes all kinds, I guess. Anyway, so I'm going to see if they'll come up. They're says since 1856. Reckon they're that old. We'll see. That is a Fiesta picture, isn't it, Kimberly? Yep. And speaking of gifts and sisters, this is the best coffee pot ever. It's a thermos. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Good to see y'all. All right, I've rambled long enough. I have a habit of doing that. First, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, and then I go on and on and on. Family and friends know that all too well. We do have some blooms coming out here. Looking forward to that. Little rain got that going. So we'll see. Y'all have a good evening. Have a great week. Make a difference and be the light. It makes a difference. Seize every moment. Talk to y'all tomorrow.